It's about 6 p.m. on Friday, June 28, 2024. It's 95 degrees with 50% humidity. It says real feel 103. It is nice and warm. It feels good. And my son's setting up the crosswire over there, and the sun's going to take it down. We're here because the sheep are going to arrive any minute. So I thought I'd move the cows before the sheep got here. Looking at the grass, the manure's looking actually pretty good. Look it over here. I'll show you the manure I just walked by. I heard it plop, plop, plop come out just before I got set up here. That's perfect manure. That's exactly what I want to see, especially in summer. You know, in spring I'd probably expect it to be a little bit shorter, a little bit more watery. But this is good. That's very good. So there's another cow making a little pile. Let's go check out what she's delivering. Greg Judy says that every patty in the pasture is $1 a profit, and I think with inflation it's probably worth $2 now. You know, so I just made $2. So I think this is spec. She just made this. That's what that one looks like. Looking pretty good. So the plan with the sheep is I'm going to figure out how old they are. When I'm confident that they're all over 8 months old, then I'm going to turn the rams on them. I think that's the schedule I'm going to keep. I watched a video by Alan Westerfield where he kind of talks about timing the sheep births and when the lambs drop and everything like that. And he's talking about stuff that I barely understand. Something about how much weight they put on and how quickly they grow and the size and shape of their body and stuff like that, which, you know, to me that's like rocket science right now. But he's up there, oh gosh, I forget where he's at. He's more north of us, so he gets a colder winter. And in some ways the people north of us get a hotter summer too. You know, they get higher temperatures than we do. I know Texans like to say that they get the hottest temperatures in the entire world, but it's just not true. So the idea is that if you drop your lambs in April, they do pretty well, but they seem to do better if you drop them in February or March for his climate, right? And I think that has to do with the available forage and things like that. So maybe I time my sheep to drop them, in early spring, late winter, given the mildness of the winters around here. Now, obviously, we had that winter storm, I think last year. Ice. We had a huge buildup of ice in mid-February that just kind of threw everything off. And so we do get cold weather. But our cold weather isn't dangerous because it's so cold. It's dangerous because it's so wet. And there's not a lot of protection for wet cold. Some of these climates where they get like below zero temperatures, the humidity drops. And so the wet doesn't really, like a dry heat, I guess. There's a dry cold as well. But when you're like on the borderline of the freezing temperatures and the wind's blowing and it's raining, that's just a bad combination. You know, so anyway, that's what we had back in February last year. All right, well, there's not much more to add. One thing that my friend that visited me, that cow just pushed me a little bit. Just walked right by me and pushed me. Is this number 20? The shape of the cows. So he pointed out, he said your calves should look like barrels and not like boxes, right? If they're like skinny in the vertical direction, let me see if I can find an example here. But if you look at their butts, there should be like it should be a circular shape. Like this brown one here, he has a pretty good shape. I think he was commenting about the two white ones that I had. Like this one's not very good shaped, but the other white lamb or white calf is a really good shape. And that's because one of the mamas is doing really well. I think it's that mama there. She's very round, and this one's more vertically skinny. Looks like a building rather than a barrel, you know. Or I might have them backwards, but he's like, keep one, get rid of the other. You know, keep the calves that are round. Keep them as heifers. Keep the mamas that are round, you know. And it's not so much about how much fat they have. Muscle tone is really important too, but that shape, like Red has a really good round shape. Let me show you what I mean there. She always is round. You know, so let me just get behind Red here and show you what that means. So you see how wide she is in the left-right direction? And her calf, this is 43, a little bit skinny, but doing okay. So that's all I got for you guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.